What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Fantasy Football Game Show presented by Front Yard Fantasy. I'm your host, Simon, joined as always by my co-hosts, Josh and John Luke. What's up, boys?
What up?
Let's go.
Earlier today, Alex on the Trade Value stream jail had the brilliant idea that we needed to get some like strobe lights and stuff for Josh while he's dancing right after we come out of the intro. So we got to take care of that. That'll be an off-season task, Josh. We're going to get you a whole lighting setup up there. Guys, also joining us today, coming back on the show, you already know him. He's a fantasy football lord. He's on Twitter at Lord Don't Lose, and he is the man over at NBC Sports Edge, Lawrence Jackson Jr. Thank you so much for coming on today, my man.
What's happening, fellas? I appreciate y'all having me back. I thought you said I was muted, hey, man, appreciate y'all boys having me back, man. Let's get it, man.
Yeah, I can only assume you're back to redeem yourself after letting Popeye's fries die in the first round of that bracket the last time you were on.
I'm here to double down. I'm here to go 2 for 2, baby. I'm here to go
that's what I'm talking about.
Simon, when you said we need the strobe lights, all I could think of was, and I know Lawrence, I know Josh has experienced this, but at Ravens games, when the team comes out in the beginning of the game, is like, it's got a vibe. And they got like the fog machine, the fire, and that's what we need for Josh.
Hey, Tim's got the fog machine, so we just got to get that over to Josh.
Pyrotechnics and some strobe lights.
Yeah, can you get some pyrotechnics in your office, Josh?
No, I'm gonna make it next stream tomorrow. There's gonna be fire.
It's Kev. It's Kev behind you with a can of bug spray and a lighter. He's gonna be standing behind you just with.
I thought you were gonna say with a can of Axe.
Yeah, middle school. We'll go back to middle school.
We've all been there.
Oh man, I did some stupid shit with Axe body spray and a lighter in middle school. Did you guys ever do this shit where you would cover your whole hand in it, then you would light your hand on fire? And then you had to put it out before the axe burned away or it would burn you. But you could light your hand on fire and not even feel it.
Man,
Josh,
hell you was on.
Yeah.
What
school did you go to?
Lost Mountain Middle School, baby. Represent. We got Sully in here. What is a great way to spend an hour of your day? I get it, because Jeopardy. Watching the fantasy football game show. It's watching the fantasy football game show. Craig said, whether you are sitting or standing, salutations to you, FYF. Not a copyright. Please don't sue.
Too late.
Craig, the lawsuit's in the mail. Guys, if you have not checked out the newest episode of Start, Sits, and Salutations by Front Yard Fantasy's Joey Wright, make sure you go to the Front Yard Fantasy YouTube channel and watch it. He is making his grandma's secret blue candy for Christmas this year in that video, and you don't want to miss the fantasy tips or the cooking tips present in that video. So make sure you guys check it out. Scott in here saying make every category all-time leaders for Simon. Yeah, that's my favorite category, Scott. It's my best category.
I think that is Scott's favorite category. I think that's why he really wanted to pick his own category, because I think he felt very strong in that range.
Yeah, Maria I was designing the new game for this week, Fantasy Football Trivia Party, and Maria was asking me yesterday, she's like, why don't you put more like historical like trivia stuff on there? I'm like, because I suck at it. I don't want to. I'm terrible at that. I'm not gonna put that.
Don't set yourself up.
Yeah, I give all the target share questions to myself.
Guys, Bam came into our trade values chart stream earlier today, and he told us he was trying to trade Mixon and CD for Cup was the trade he was doing. We said we would rather, with Waddle on his roster, it would make more sense to send Waddle over there, keep CD. We were going to try just Mixon, but
a little bit of context real fast. He gave us his starting lineup and what it looks like before and after doing this trade. So his starting lineup is improved. So you might think, just that Joe Mixon plus Jalen Waddle is a little bit too much for Cooper Kupp, just, by themselves. But,
which it is in a vacuum.
Yeah, in a vacuum it is. But when you look at a starting lineup with and without, this is an upgrade.
It is an upgrade. He adds Kupp into that wide receiver core, Najee and JT in his 2 running back positions, and still has CeeDee Lamb in his flex. I think that was a move that can help you win a title, Bam. It's a risky move, but I like it.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm not reading all that, though. Y'all got it. Y'all got that.
Javen here.
That's why we're here.
Javen wants to know, flex Javonte or Montgomery this week. Lawrence, would you be flexing Javonte Williams going up against the Lions? It's a juicy matchup, but Gordon might be back. Or are you?
I'll do that. I'll do that even with Melvin Gordon coming back. They've been him and Gordon been a good tandem all year. When both of them been playing, they both been inside the top 25 running backs PPR wise. So if Gordon does come back, it's cool. If he doesn't, it's great for that particular situation. No shade at David Montgomery in his situation because he's coming off a good game as well. But what Javonte just did in week 13 was undeniable.
Yep, I'm with you.
And it's the Lions, and he's facing the Lions.
That's it. I'll take him against the Lions, even with Gordon.
I'm on the other side of this, guys. I understand where you're coming from, but if Melvin Gordon's in there, I will play David Montgomery over Javonte Williams this week.
I don't blame you. But the matchup
it ain't like it's close. Who the Bears play?
Packers. The Bears are playing the Green Bay Packers.
Ooh, that could go. That could be good for Montgomery. I mean, he is that dude in their backfield. So
look, 9 targets, 8 catches last week against the Arizona Cardinals. He was the second highest scoring running back in a PPR league last week against the Arizona Cardinals, who have a very good defense. David Montgomery is just super involved. I feel a lot more comfortable with him if Melvin Gordon is playing.
You guys want to quickly guess how much the Packers are favored by in this game?
8 points.
Who's home?
It is at Green Bay.
In Green Bay, 8 points sounds about right. I'll say 9. I'll take the over.
By you, Lawrence.
Damn, I just looked at this earlier too. I think it's 10. I know it's a couple of games. I think it's a couple of games that's at 10, and I think that one of them there.
I could see it.
Well, Lawrence, you're the closest, 12.5.
Yeah, that's crazy, but God,
that's crazy high.
So when you put it like that, then like I see the David Montgomery point there because that sounds like a lot of dump offs right there.
Yeah,
that's what I'm hoping. But also, once we get in the news, we'll see that Justin Fields will be the starter. So we know Andy Dalton's okay with checking down. Is Justin Fields the same?
Justin Fields going to take about 50, 60 of them rush yards too. So
yeah. I think it would be idiotic if the Bears don't give David Montgomery 20 touches this game.
We'll
see though. We've seen him do idiotic things this season though. It's not like that coaching staff has been the most trustable. We got Sully in here saying Lawrence is awesome. We agree with you over here. And Jay
appreciate you, dog.
His season in Scott Fishbowl is in jeopardy. R.I.P. I don't think it's in jeopardy. I think it's done at this point. You either know or you don't, Jay Wall.
Right.
There's nothing in jeopardy about it. But guys, before we hit the rest of these comments, a couple reminders. Number one, if you're not already following our guest on Twitter at Lord Don't Lose, go and follow him. He's one of the best follows in the space. He's got that killer advice. And every time I see a Lord Don't Lose video coming across my timeline, I stop and watch it because Lawrence is always giving you some good information in there. So make sure you guys are following him. Also, if you're watching this video, enjoying it, hit that like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Front Yard Fantasy. And even if you're not enjoying it, like it and subscribe because you feel bad for us. You know what? Do it anyways.
Yeah, be nice.
But that's why I do it. So you know what I'm saying?
See, that's all we need. That's all we need.
I like to get it back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a holiday.
YouTube doesn't care if it's sympathy or if it's because you like it. It's
get it how you live, baby. Get it how you live.
Guys, also, before we jump into the game, Josh, I know we've got a lot of news to go through. You want to run us through the news for the day?
A lot of news. It's weird, but let's just run through this. We're not going to take a lot of time on any of these things unless it requires a little bit more time to talk about. But Elijah Mitchell and Deebo Samuel are not practicing today. We got to keep an eye on these guys. Both of these guys' status is going into the upcoming week because if they're playing, we want them in our lineups. If they're not, obviously you don't.
Yeah.
But Ezekiel Elliott said while his knee feels good, it won't be 100% healthy for 3 to 4 more weeks.
It's weird. Like
the rest of the fantasy season.
Is his knee sentient?
Yeah, his knee's talking to him. He's having conversations. He's like,
bro, I feel good. I don't know. Not 100%, but good.
But that's concerning. I got Tony Pollard as a nice little flex play this week.
Yeah,
guys, let me ask you this: Tony Pollard or Ezekiel Elliott? The rest of the fantasy season, I'm talking into week 17. Who do you think has more fantasy points? I'll be the first one to say Tony Pollard.
That's tough.
Well, it is tough because Ezekiel Elliott get them goal line touchdowns. Yeah. But over the past 4 games, Zeke has had 10 more carries than Pollard, yet Pollard's outrushed him by over 50 yards. So that's interesting too. So it's tough with if you taking away them little 1 yard goal line touchdowns, which you can't do in fantasy, then it's easy Pollard. But yeah, I'm gonna go Pollard.
The fact that we're even having this discussion is nuts a little bit, right?
Yeah,
guys?
It's wild. It's wild.
They're that close.
I'm gonna stay on the Zeke side. He's still getting more than half of the work here in this offense. So as long as that is the case, like the efficiency is definitely concerning. He has not looked as good. He just hasn't looked as explosive. He looks like he's nursing that injury or something. But there's like a missing explosiveness there. That's worrisome. But
all right, I'm changing my answer. I'm with you now.
Going back to Zeke.
I'm on the Zeke side as well. But it's close.
Alvin Kamara is expected to play Week 14 against the Jets. This is great news, especially because the Saints place Mark Ingram on the COVID list. They're going to need a running back.
They're just trading.
So let's go Alvin Kamara. Let's go Alvin Kamara
this week.
Sean Payton indicated that Taysom Hill will also start this week. He more or less said it. He's like, this is his chance to like prove himself or something like that. So it looks like he's going to be the starter. Logan Thomas, he was placed on the injury reserve. That's ruling him out for the remainder of the 2021 season. He was already placed on IR. You can't be placed on IR twice and come back. J.D. McKissick, concussion. He returned to practice on Wednesday. Tevin Coleman missed practice today. Elijah Moore did not practice Wednesday. He's considered day-to-day for this week's game. No decision has been made on the Texans starting quarterback for Week 14. I don't think you're starting either one. It doesn't matter. Brandon Cooks is going to get targets. I hope the quality's okay.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow got in a limited practice today. Joe Mixon did not practice Wednesday because of an illness. It is not believed to be COVID-related. It's believed to be a head cold. Justin Fields will start for the Bears Week 14. Dan Campbell said that DeAndre Swift's shoulder is improving, but it doesn't look good for him still this week. They're still pessimistic about his availability. Dalvin Cook, he is questionable for Week 14. That's Thursday Night Football. Adam Thielen, ankle. He's officially out for Week 14. All right. Melvin Gordon returned to practice this Wednesday.
There you go.
There you go. Exactly. So he might play. Well, I think he probably will. Usually Wednesday is the rest day for veterans too, a lot of the time. So just the fact that he's out there definitely shows something. Joe Judge said he's optimistic that Mike Glennon will clear concussion protocol before this week's game. Doesn't really matter, guys. I mean, Mike Glennon.
I just thought that was
who's behind Mike Glennon.
I just thought it was so funny.
Jake Fromm.
It's in quotes is optimistic that Mike Glennon will he's optimistic that he'll clear concussion protocol, not about the results of Mike Glennon starting.
No one's optimistic about that.
No one's optimistic about that.
And then the last thing is Kenny Galladay and Kadarius Toney both missed practice today.
What else is new right there?
That's what we report every week.
All season long.
We got Jimmy in here saying, cheers, boys. Good to be back. Welcome back in, Jimmy. And we got Valerie in here saying, hey, guys, nothing better than viewing FYF while baking
Don't you
Christmas
call her by her
cookies.
name. Show your mother respect.
That's my mother.
Oh, hi, Josh's mother. Making Mom. Some Christmas cookies. Ooh, Josh, are you going to get some?
Can we get some?
I better. I love cookies. That's my... Yeah, I love cookies. I love sweets.
Since I'm on this show, some of them got to be sent my way too.
You stay away from my cookies.
Per the terms of the contract. Yes, that is true.
The winner of today's game gets Josh's mom's Christmas cookies.
Back to them.
Can I win?
Also, we got the IDP Army in here. How's it going? And shout out to Jordan. Before we get started in today's game, I know Josh is going to hit on it, but Jordan did provide us with some questions for today's Jeopardy game, some IDP-based questions. So we are going to have an IDP category in today's game of Jeopardy.
I got to say it. I'm not the strongest IDP player. I don't know if any of us are, but hey, we're going to learn something from these questions. And yeah, it's going to fit the
Let me pull up my IDP team real quick.
No.
Let me get a little cheat sheet.
Guys, before we get into today's game, I wanted to answer one more of these questions that I see in here. Okay. Jimmy said, James Conner or David Montgomery in a standard league, non-PPR. who would you be starting? So we got Edmonds coming back. Josh, which of these two backs would you be starting this week?
It's David Montgomery for me. It's David Montgomery for me. I think they're both very good options. Don't get me wrong, but David Montgomery, I feel like, is a lock for more touches. Chase Edmonds coming back does concern me a little bit. If he is not back, I'll go with James Conner. But David Montgomery for me.
It's David Montgomery for me as well. What about you?
I'm going to go on the other side of this. I don't think that David Montgomery is going to get many red zone opportunities in this game. I don't think the Bears are going to get in the red zone very much in this game. James Conner, that has been the main appeal. All right. He's been the touchdown guy, like disproportionately getting touchdowns compared to his opportunities. So in a standard league, I'm going to go James Conner.
Lawrence, what about you? Conner or is it David Montgomery?
With James Conner too. I just like the over under in that game, 52. So some points will be scored in that game, and the chances of that some of those points being scored by James Conner is very likely.
Yeah, I'm with you, Lawrence.
Okay, guys, we're going to jump into our game of Jeopardy. Josh, I'm going to hand it off to you. You're running the game today. You can explain to us how this works, and then we will get started.
All right, this is a lot like the popular television game show Jeopardy. We're playing Football Jeopardy today. All the questions I ask will be football related. However, we will not buzz in to answer questions. We'll go in an order, and the order has been set pre-show. We'll start with Lawrence, go to Simon, then JL. And we are playing our rule. If you correctly answer a question, you will be able to pick the category of the contestant that goes after you in that order. If it's your turn and the person didn't get it correct in front of you, you will be able to decide the category and which question you would like to answer. Keep in mind that the questions that have larger prizes for getting correct should be more difficult. So the $500 questions are going to be a lot more difficult than the $100 questions. If you get the question correct, you get the amount shown. We will not be assigning negative points. Once we get through all the questions of the board, we will have a final Jeopardy round where contestants still have to decide how much they wager before we ask the question. Whoever accumulates the most money over the course of the game will be our champion today. And I do want to mention, you do not have to answer in the form of a question.
And whenever once the questions start going up on the board, make sure we're in the private chat, I guess. We're usually answering pretty quick. You want to get those answers out, but just to make sure we're not cheating off anybody in the chat right there. And Josh, every time you say the thing about the $100 questions being so much easier than the $500 questions, I just get pre-embarrassed for when I miss a $100 question. Like you emphasize
I have to mention it. I have to, because I purposely make those $100 questions pretty easy, and I purposely make the $500 questions pretty difficult. So I feel like you have to keep that in mind if you want to get some points, right?
I'm pre-embarrassed because I know I'm going to miss one. Scott says, that's the show, folks. No game today. Ran out of time.
Yeah, with all the news.
Time. We're playing now.
I do want to go over the categories real fast. We have here odd man out. There's going to be one player that stands out from the group in this category. We've worked week 13 fantasy points. That's pretty self-explanatory. We have NFL team stats. All these questions will be related to team stats across the season. Defense matters. The IDP Army. Shout out to Jordan Rains at 50 Shades of Drunk. The Cardi B of IDP. He's part of the IDP Army. 3 of these questions did come from Jordan, so they will be defensive player related. And then we have a FanDuel Thursday night special. These are all, they could be a FanDuel player prop bet based on the spread, but it's all based on the Thursday night game between the Steelers and Vikings.
And Scott in here saying odd period, man period, out period. That's Say it right, Josh.
Odd period, man period, out period.
Let's go.
So, guys, do you just want to get in there? You ready?
Yeah,
you ready to get started?
Let's do it.
All right. So, Lawrence, like we said, coming into the show, we are starting with you first. How you feeling right now?
Early bird get the worm. Let's go.
Let's go. All right. You get to pick your category and whatever amount you would like. So anything you
let's go. Here we go. We're going to go NFL team stats for 200.
NFL team stats for 200. Let's get in there. Lawrence, what team has the most yards per game this season? Is it the Los Angeles Chargers or is it the Dallas Cowboys?
The
most yards per game.
To be the Dallas Cowboys.
Lawrence is going with the Dallas Cowboys here. And the answer is the Dallas Cowboys. They have 416.3 yards per game. The Los Angeles Chargers have 386.9 yards per game. Great job, Lawrence. That is going to give you $200. Let's go.
Pressure's on y'all now because I went 200 out the gate.
Seriously, though.
Oh, God, I know Lawrence. Simon's going to get it right and then send me to Defense Matters.
Well, Lawrence gets to pick my category, right?
Oh, true.
All right, let's just the categories. So
just the category.
I'm going to send you right to Defense Matters.
You know what? Give me 100. We're just gonna get some money on the board with Defense Matters.
Fair enough. So it looks like people are a little bit nervous about the Defense Matters category here. I love it.
Diggs.
Simon, who was the most interceptions?
I knew this was going to be the question. Whenever you said the $100 question was easy, I was like, this is going to be Trayvon Diggs. It's Diggs.
Wow.
The answer is Trayvon Diggs. He has 9 interceptions. Jalen Ramsey's 3. That was a pretty easy one. But like I said, guys,
John, getting nervous.
Questions are pretty easy. They're pretty easy, right? So if you want some easy money, maybe you should go for this 100. But I'm not saying they're not all like, oh, that's automatic 100%. Yes, this one was pretty easy, though. Huh?
Also, Sully in here saying, nice to see JL got a vote today. JL, do you have the results of that poll?
Yeah, somewhere on here.
So JL put a poll up to see who they thought was going to win
actually
today.
Jay that put it up.
Oh, Jay put it up. Yesterday, JL got 0 votes in who was going to win the game yesterday.
Yeah, disrespectful. Let's see. There are 12 votes. Lawrence got 58% of the votes. Simon got 33%. And JL got 8%.
Man, JL, what have you done to the people voting? They just don't like voting for you.
8%.
He doesn't have any points yet. He's doing horrible.
JL, we are going to give you FanDuel Thursday Night Football special. That's where I want you to answer.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right.
Which one would you like, JL?
Let's go with, you know what? I'll go with 400.
Ooh, he's feeling confident. So we're going to the FanDuel Thursday Night Football special, $400. JL, which of these players is favored to be the first touchdown scorer? Is it Chase Claypool, Tyler Conklin, Pat Freiermuth, KJ Osborne? I do want to just let you know that there were people ahead of these guys. It's just you're picking the one that has the best odds,
Let's go. Easy money, dog.
Oh, shoot. All right. I'm just basically guessing here.
To be the first touchdown scorer.
Easy money.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
God. I guess I'll go Freiermuth.
JL is going to say that Pat Freiermuth is the favorite out of these 4 to be the first touchdown scorer in the Thursday night game.
Red zone target?
He is correct. Pat Freiermuth is
I would have chose Claypool, and it's close.
I thought it might be Claypool, but he just hasn't been getting many targets at all, and then especially not red zone targets. So that is what I was thinking, is that Freiermuth is getting the red zone targets, but that was tough. I honestly would be surprised if any of them are surprising.
Jay was agreeing, saying Claypool. He thought it was Claypool as well. But these are all pretty. Does Pat Freiermuth have the best odds, Josh? Is that plus 1,000 the best odds?
No way,
right?
They gotta be
Dalvin Cook.
Oh no, Dalvin Cook and but it's funny because Dalvin Cook and Alexander Mattison are tied
because they don't know who's gonna play.
Exactly.
Right.
And then Justin Jefferson's obviously ahead of both of them. Deontay Johnson's ahead of all these guys. So yeah, there were people ahead of these guys.
Tricky.
There you go. Now you're in the lead.
Oh yeah,
now you're in the lead. $400.
All right, Lawrence, where should we send you, my friend? Where should we send you?
Is there anything in the chat that we want to go over here, guys? I just wanted to make sure.
Oh, that's a good time.
Yeah, it's
Jay Wall said he votes me every time, and he gets last place every time. I do not get last place every time, Jay Wall. Just every time you vote for me. But then he's saying it's not his fault, or it's not my fault. It's his fault for voting for me every time. Yeah, you keep doing that to yourself.
Oh, I did get, and Sully did the math. I got a single vote. Thank you,
job,
Mom. Thanks, Mom. Or Maria.
That's perfect. All right, you guys ready to get into the next round here?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
JL's got the early lead. He didn't get much
Lawrence. Let's send you to Odd Man Out. That's a fun one.
Odd Man Out. Lawrence,
$400.
which dollar amount would you like? 400 Odd Man Out.
I gotta get the lead back, man.
Lawrence, who does not have at least 3,200 passing yards so far this season? Is it Kirk Cousins, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, or Aaron Rodgers? Who does not have at least 3,200 passing yards so far this season?
That is tricky.
Josh Allen.
Lawrence is going to say Josh Allen. And that is incorrect. I am sorry.
Wow.
Aaron Rodgers is not throwing a lot of passing
yards.
yards. Yeah, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, all of them around the same area.
Coming from?
Yo,
That's what I'm saying. Is the touchdowns, I guess,
Maybe
right?
he got a touchdown.
That's the story of Aaron Rodgers' career. He's highly efficient. He's throwing those passing touchdowns. Not a lot of interceptions, and not usually a lot of pass attempts either. He's just very efficient with what he does do.
There you go, Josh Allen, just over 3,200.
Yeah. But man, it really did surprise me seeing Aaron Rodgers being this low. I think he's like 12th in the NFL in terms of passing yards. I could be wrong there.
Tricky.
Around there.
What's up, Troy? Welcome in.
What
Troy
up,
saying,
gang?
gang. Glad to have you here.
What's up, Troy?
Troy, you ain't in no game.
Troy always pops in for like 40 seconds and then he's out.
He's a busy man. He's got things to do.
Though.
Yeah.
Tim wants to know, what's the most disrespectful way I can gloat while enjoying my bye this week? In a league where playoffs started this week, Tim's got a bye. Anyone have a really disrespectful way to gloat to the other teams?
I would say, man, just send a picture of yourself like eating some grapes and having a drink, just relaxing while everybody else struggle to get out the first round. Yeah, just like that.
Just do some camera work so it looks like someone else is feeding you the grapes, even though
Let them know how easy your week is going.
Yeah,
and do that during like Sunday night
perfect.
Football while people are stressing out, like waiting for that Sunday night miracle. Just go ahead.
Yeah, you gotta flex on them a little bit.
That's the way to do it.
So
JL, you're picking Lawrence's category next. Or did Lawrence just go and get it?
No, Lawrence
just got it. Oh, the Josh Allen one. That's right.
Didn't get it yet, and so now it's Simon's turn.
And I'm in last. I
just want to highlight a couple things that came in the chat regarding the last question. Packers fan here. Aaron doesn't throw many yards because the mass running back work and not as many options other than Javonte. And then Albert also making a very good point saying Rodgers missed a game this season.
That's true.
Yeah.
And Sully also saying Packers are great at using the entire play clock as well. Pace plays into his low numbers. They got a lower pace of play. Also, what's up, Sam? Welcome in. Glad to have you here.
Yeah.
And it is my turn to pick.
It is your turn, and you get to pick your category and question.
You know what? We're going for it. We're going to do NFL team stats for 500.
Oh, boy. Simon's feeling real confident about this one. Simon, what team has the most rushing yards per game this season? The Tennessee Titans, the Indianapolis Colts, the Philadelphia Eagles, or the New York Jets?
This is interesting. This is a good question because you got the Titans who had Derrick Henry for a majority of the season, but it's probably fallen off. The Colts who have JT just going off recently. The Eagles who became the most rush-heavy team in the NFL over like the second half of the season. Then can't be the Jets. But is it the Jets? Are you trying to trick me? Man, rushing yards per game. I will go with the Tennessee Titans. I'm going to say Derrick Henry carried them enough to keep them as the rushing yards leader per game.
Simon thinks that the Tennessee Titans have the most rushing yards per game this season. And guess what, guys? The Philadelphia Eagles have the most rushing yards per game this season with 160 rushing yards per game.
The Jets are 84.7.
They're not doing so hot, but I made this the $500 question because I would have thought that the Indianapolis Colts were the easy answer here, personally. Or the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, it's I was wondering if the Eagles were the trick there, but I just thought maybe Derrick Henry, that was also the trick of it being a $500 question, as people were forgetting how dominant he was. Like, he was the rushing yards leader for like 3 weeks after he went down with an injury. Like, it took a couple weeks for anyone to pass him.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, Simon, you did not get that one correct. Damn. But it was a little tricky. But yeah, I figured not a lot of people out there would realize how many rushing yards per game that the Eagles actually have. Got to keep in mind that Jalen Hurts is also part of that team. He adds to the rushing yards.
That's true.
So JL, you get to pick your category here.
All right, let's go. Week 13 fantasy points for 400.
Week 13 fantasy points for $400. Let's go. JL, Who scored more fantasy points in week 13? 4 points per passing touchdown. Is it Gardner Minshew, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, or Justin Herbert?
God, why'd you have to ask QBs?
I did.
I'm gonna go with Justin Herbert.
JL is going to go with Justin Herbert here.
It's Minshew. I'm going to be
and
so
he
pissed.
would be correct. It would be correct. Who scored the most fantasy points in week 13? Justin Herbert with 25.28. Gardner Minshew with 18.78. Lamar Jackson 17.62. And Patrick Mahomes way down there at 12.56. Great job, JL. Look at that.
I just remember Mike Williams finally had a good game, and I was very happy about it.
And the chat nailed it. I just clicked over there. Sully, J-Wall, Joey, Sam, Jay, and Bam all got it right.
I was this close to guessing about that one. That would have been so embarrassing.
But they were all pretty much on the Titans side last time as well. J-Wall and Sully saying Titans, but then Sam and Jay got it right with the Eagles on that last one. Just wanted to shout out Sam and Jay for getting that one too.
Oh yeah, great job on that. I really thought that was a tough one. I would have gotten that wrong. I would have thought that was Colts. But the fact it was a $500 question, that was good game theory. I probably would have guessed the Titans just because of that.
It's all good though.
JL, you got it right.
All right, Lawrence, what category you want to play?
You're in a little
give me. I'll take week 13 fantasy points for 500.
I can't wait till JL's like, well, you're not doing week 13 fantasy points. You're doing
it doesn't matter what category you're doing.
JL, are you allowing him doing week 13 fantasy points?
Give the man his category.
All right, fair enough. Lawrence, you said for 500?
13, 500. I got to get back in the game.
All right, let's go. Lawrence, I want you to put these players in order in terms of PPR fantasy points in week 13. We have Keenan Allen, Chris Godwin, Jamar Chase, and Jalen Waddle. Put them in order from most points to least points.
All right. Chris Godwin, Jalen Waddle, Keenan Allen, Jamar Chase.
Are you locking that in, Lawrence?
Chris Godwin, Jalen Waddle, Keenan Allen, Jamar Chase.
That's what I got.
Locking that in. I'm sorry. Keenan Allen and Jalen Waddle were reversed. You did get Chris Godwin and Jamar Chase correct. But again, Keenan Allen and Jalen Waddle.
I knew that was close because Keenan Allen had the TD.
Yeah, the two touchdowns.
90.
The chat thought you had. Sully thought you had it. Said Lawrence nailed it. And J-Wall was agreeing with you, but Sam came in here early and got it with the Godwin, Allen, Waddle, Chase, and same with Albert. Nice job, as well, guys.
Yeah.
But Sully thought for sure you had it, and that's the same thing I had, Lawrence. I thought it was I thought Waddle had more than Allen.
Yeah, Keenan Allen's 2 touchdowns really set him apart. He didn't have much else other than 2 touchdowns. I think he had like 35 yards and like 5 or 6 catches.
I remember the 35 yards, and I was thinking 1 touchdown. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why he got it.
Yeah, those 2 touchdowns to really set him apart.
It all comes. I know Jail's got the lead right now, but last time we played this, I was in last place with $0 the majority of the game, and Final Jeopardy changes everything. So we're still in this. Jail's good at throwing away a lead. It's his specialty.
As long as you have some money going into Final Jeopardy, this can be anyone's game 100%.
As long as you can catch up to my current amount, I think is the.
I got to do a 5. I'll do odd man out for 500.
All right, Simon, doing odd man out for $500. Let's go, Simon. Simon, who does not have at least 5 yards per carry this season? Is it Jonathan Taylor, Nick Chubb, Tony Pollard, Austin Eckler, or Miles Sanders? Who does not have at least 5 yards per carry this season?
Man, there's 2 names that. Oh man, I feel like I'm going to be insulting whoever I say right here. I feel like I'm going to look stupid no matter what my answer is. I'll go Austin Eckler.
You're going to go with Austin Eckler?
Yeah. I was between Eckler and Chubb, but I went Eckler.
Sanders?
I think Sanders is over 5. I'm almost positive. Eckler's locked in. I'm locking in Eckler, but
I think you're right.
Well, who does not have at least 5 yards per carry this season? The correct answer is Austin Eckler.
Yes!
Let's go, Simon. Austin Eckler has 4.4 yards per carry. Jonathan Taylor, 5.6. Nick Chubb, 5.8. Tony Pollard, 5.6. And Miles Sanders, 5.2. Man, these guys are efficient, right?
I only knew Sanders because we talked about it on the show yesterday. We were talking about his efficiency during one of the shows. I don't remember which one, either the office hours or something. Otherwise, I probably would have said Sanders. Jay Wall saying Chubb. Sam said this has to be Pollard, but I'm unsure. And then Chosen Rose coming in saying it's Eckler. I feel like 4.4. So he even knew the number.
You're right on that.
And IDP Army saying show some IDP love, homies. I got you because that's where I'm sending JL. JL, you are going to Defense Matters, the IDP Army.
Let's go, JL. Which
I'll take 200.
200.
It's smart because you were
we're not
the
getting into Jordan's questions
exactly.
then. Yeah, we're still not getting into Jordan's questions yet. JL, what IDP player has the most fantasy points this season? Is it TJ Watt or Myles Garrett?
TJ Watt. TJ
Watt is the correct answer. TJ Watt has 143.95 fantasy points. Myles Garrett has 114.95.
Backfired,
Great job, JL. Good job, JL.
Well, we still haven't gotten into Jordan's questions, right? These next three all come from Jordan,
Yeah.
300, 400, 500.
That's
We'll
true.
have to get into some of those.
JL, you get to pick the category for Lawrence.
All right, Lawrence. Let's go with FanDuel.
Thank you.
Thursday night football special.
He's feeling good about this. Let's see, Lawrence.
I gotta catch up.
Lawrence, I want you to put these players
All these putting them in order.
You're choosing the $500 question.
I need a 50. Oh, you're right.
But so look, you're in what I want you to put these in order from most receiving yards, projected receiving yards, the over under the line that's set for these players. I want you to put them in order from most to least amount of receiving yards projected.
All right. Damn.
This
Lawrence has struggled a little bit with this one.
All right, this gotta be all right. Claypool, Osborne. It's tough between the last.
This is really hard.
So Claypool, Osborne, and then Najee, then Freiermuth.
All right, so you're gonna go with Claypool, Osborne, Najee, Freiermuth.
Yeah.
All right, we're locking that in. Claypool, Osborne, Najee, Freiermuth. I am sorry, you got the Freiermuth and Najee mixed up here. It would be Claypool, Osborne, Freiermuth, Harris.
I knew it was going to be between the last two.
Yeah, no one in the chat got it either, Lawrence.
Lawrence is so good at getting so close to these.
He's so good at being
you know how you do that 10-team parlay? And you like to show that you just missed one, but it don't matter because you lost.
Yeah. That was a tough one. I kept going back and forth.
People are shocked in the chat. Sully and Bam, wow, and no one got it.
That's right,
Sully
man. The dump off disrespect, man.
I thought Osborne would have been first with Thielen out.
And Bam saying Muth is a hard under 34.
Yeah, man. He going to have like 18 yards and 2 touchdowns.
The Mike Evans special.
Hey, one thing we can realize from this is, hey, there's a FanDuel Sportsbook right over there. And if you don't like these lines, you can go bet on it and win some money. You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. If you're in a legal state, exactly. Simon, we're coming to you. You get to pick your category and question.
You know what? I'm sick of skirting around it. We're just going to go for it. I got it right the first time I did it. I'm going Defense Matters, the IDP Army for 300.
All right. Defense Matters, the IDP Army. Thank you, Jordan. Let's go, Simon. Who has more combined tackles on the season? Is it Derwin James or Jonathan Abram?
Oh, yeah. I'm really confident in this one. This is something I know the answer to for sure. And it is definitely Jonathan Abram.
It's definitely Jonathan Abram. I'm sorry, it is Derwin James. It is Derwin James.
Oh, shit.
It is Derwin James.
Jordan with the Josh math.
And he said, "Attaboy." Yeah, it didn't work out though.
I respect that.
It was close.
I respect the hell out of that.
It was close.
How much do you respect it? Do you respect it enough to do it yourself?
I did not want anyone to say that, and I regretted it as soon as I brought it up. Yeah, let's do it. 400. Let's go.
All right. Go.
If you get this, I'm going to be so mad.
Or 500?
Let's go.
400.
400.
This better not be no 50-50.
All right.
I hope it is.
TJ Watt currently leads the NFL with 16 sacks. Myles Garrett has 14 sacks. Matthew Judon has 12.5 sacks. Who is fourth in the NFL in sacks with 12 sacks across 576 defensive snaps? Is it Aaron Donald, Josh Allen, or Nick Bosa?
God, I feel like this is an easy one if you're not an idiot. And I'm an idiot.
Just know your IDP.
We got to do some IDP studying is what this is showing me.
I'm in an IDP league, and I don't pay attention to that at all.
Yeah, JL and I are in one IDP league together. And we
unless it's our bye week. All right, I'm gonna go with Josh Allen.
JL's going with Josh Allen, and I'm sorry, you are incorrect. Nick Bosa is the answer. He has 12 sacks across 576 defensive snaps. Aaron Donald has 7. That's 5.5.
You see, what you were thinking about was that good game he had against the other Josh Allen.
The other Josh Allen. And the fact that they said Josh Allen like about 1 million times that game is straight up just like subliminal training there.
Let's go, J-Wall. J-Wall got it right.
Sorry. Right. Jay, I think that was the first one you've gotten right this entire time. Nice job. Proud of you.
33% chance, J-Wall.
He did say I finally got one right. Nice job, J-Wall. Nailed it. And then ID Army says, you got it, JL. Oh, shit. Nope.
That's pretty much what I say in my head before every question.
Oh, shit. Nope.
Oh, look, Scott Fish got it too. Amazing.
Wow,
Scott.
Incredible.
Yeah, great.
Always coming in a little late, but you nailed it.
Surprised he didn't add in the exact. Oh, wait, no, you add that in the question. The exact number of sacks.
So, Lawrence, we're coming to you, and you get to choose your category and your question. What are you feeling here?
Or you can let me choose for you just for fun.
No. We no get backs here. I'm gonna go ahead and take the last 500-point question up off the board and go defense.
You're going for it.
The first category clear is our IDP category.
I love that Lawrence swings. You just swing for the fences every time.
Yeah, I got to win. Lord, don't lose.
Lord, don't lose. Lawrence. In the name.
Josh Norman, San Francisco 49ers player, wildly leads the NFL in forced fumbles with 6. What NFL defender currently has the second most forced fumbles on the season? Is it Darius Leonard, Odafe Oweh, Hassan Reddick, or Quincy Williams? Hint, he's the highest paid off-ball linebacker in the NFL after signing a 5-year, $98 million contract before the season started.
I think
that kind of limits some.
Well, okay, so that ain't Odafe Oweh. That's not Quincy Williams. Hassan Reddick, he's a pass rusher. Darius Leonard.
You're going with Darius Leonard?
Yeah.
I think you're right.
And Darius Leonard is the correct answer with 5 forced fumbles. Oweh has 3, Reddick has 2, and Quincy Williams has 3 as well.
See, now, for me personally, that was my easiest question. You shouldn't have gave me the hint because I would have been struggling between Leonard
I probably
and
shouldn't have. I probably shouldn't have, but I did, and you got it. Great job.
And Sully's in here saying the hint wasn't enough for him. He said you could give me his name and I would get this one wrong still. Man, nailed it. And J-Wall got this one right again. Jay got it. Sam got it. And Scott
That'd be really funny if you just had in the slide. It was like, hint, the answer is
Darius Leonard. What's my category going to be, Lawrence?
All right. Let's go with the FanDuel Thursday Night Football special.
Okay, and we'll go.
Get her done.
We'll go 200. We'll go right in the middle. I want to get some points, but I don't want to.
Don't want to show off.
I don't want to show off. Yeah, thank you, JL, for finishing my sentence. My brain stopped working.
Simon, which player is favored to have more receiving yards on Thursday Night Football? Is it Justin Jefferson or Deontay Johnson?
It's got to be Justin Jefferson, right?
It's got to be, and it is. It is. Justin Jefferson's over-under line is set at 90.5, and Deontay Johnson's is set at 79.5. Great job, Simon. $200 into your bank, and you get to pick JL's next category.
Okay. JL, we're going to do odd man out.
Odd man out. Which one, JL?
Give me 300.
300. Let's go. JL, who does not have at least 50 receptions this season? Is it Mike Gesicki, Dalton Schultz, or Dallas Goddard?
Ooh, interesting.
That one is tough.
I think
it's
not the easiest one.
Could be Schultz. Could be Goddard. I'm gonna go with
could be beef.
Could be beef. I'm gonna go with Goddard.
You can go with Goddard.
Let's go with Goddard.
And the answer is Dallas Goddard. He has 41 receptions. Mike
They're just
Gesicki
not
passing that too. He missed the games this year.
Yeah, Zach Ertz was there in the beginning of the year, and they're just not passing a ton. And that offense has not been. I don't know where they rank across all NFL teams, but it's got to be low.
Yeah. Well, we just said they're the yards per game, rushing yards per game leader over the course of the season, right?
Yeah.
Great job, JL. And you are going to get to pick the category for Lawrence.
When you asked that question, I didn't even factor in Jalen Hurts. Like that never even crossed my mind. I'm like, man, really? The Eagles running backs getting work.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That makes a ton of sense.
Absolutely,
all right, Lawrence.
Absolutely.
Let's give you I'm gonna give you a shot. I want you to come in second here. I want Simon to be firmly in third place. I want to reverse. Oh, wait, no, that wouldn't work. No, I want Simon in third place here. Let's give you team stats.
NFL
so
team stats.
You must already know I'm going for 400.
We know you're going for 400
swing for the fences.
You already know.
All right, Lawrence. Put these teams in order by yards per game this season. The Houston Texans, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Baltimore Ravens, and the Tennessee Titans. And this is a $400 question. I am sorry. You got stuck with another put in order question, Lawrence. I made the Eagles rushing yards per game the difficult one in this category.
Total yards per game.
Yes. So start with the most yards per game and go down.
All right. So let's go Ravens, Titans, Steelers, Texans.
So you're going Ravens, Titans, Steelers, Texans, right?
That sounds right.
Ravens, Titans, Steelers, Texans. Yeah.
All right. And you're correct.
Nice.
The Ravens have
Nailed
387 yards per game, 354 for the Titans, 325 for the Steelers, and 254 for the Texans. They are in last place, if you can.
And again, it was the Titans and the Steelers that I was like, but what I did was, like one of y'all said earlier, factor in what Derrick Henry did when he was there.
Yes, that was very smart.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was hoping you would do when you're analyzing this question, and you did it perfectly.
Scott's a trick question. Pittsburgh isn't a real city.
Fair.
True, we didn't even consider that.
Oh, man.
Well, Lawrence, that's going to put you in second. This is a very close game, guys.
All right. I'm going to strategize a little bit here and give Simon odd man out because you ain't getting more than 200. So take your little 200.
Yes, that's
and take that to your Fisher Price bank.
I gotta get it right. I gotta get it right first before I'm taking anything to the Fisher Price bank. I'll take odd man out for 200. Give me those leapfrog points.
All right, let's go. Simon, who does not have at least 1,000 receiving yards this season? Cooper Kupp, Terry McLaurin, or Deebo Samuel?
Think about it now.
I'm thinking about it.
Could be any of them.
Could be beef. I'll go Deebo Samuel.
He's going to go with Deebo Samuel here. That's incorrect.
It's McLaurin.
Is the correct answer.
Yo, he missed it.
That was so easy.
I thought the missed time didn't. So easy. Yeah. 6 yards over 1,000. It's not like it's way over 1,000.
No, I saw someone tweet out something about Deebo hitting the 1,000-yard mark.
Man, I get no Fisher Price points. I get nothing.
I thought you was gonna say Cooper. Now I'm just playing.
And I should have gotten that. I think I got duped by a question last week. Might have been last week when we played this game, and it was like a Terry McLaurin targets question or something, or receptions, and I got that one wrong.
Man, so you're just out on Terry McLaurin now.
Yeah, after I got that wrong, I'm out.
All right, JL, we're coming to you. You get to pick your category and question amount. What would you like to go with?
All right, let's go with week 13 fantasy points for 300.
Week 13 fantasy points for 300.
Must feel that pressure.
That was so
a little bit.
JL, who scored more PPR fantasy points in week 13? Was it Tony Pollard, David Montgomery, or James Conner?
God. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Tony Pollard.
Tony Pollard is incorrect. David Montgomery, 28.1 fantasy points. Tony Pollard, 50.
Josh mentioned earlier about the receptions.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. I was 100% thinking about that.
Man, when I miss big. Tony Pollard was last in that list again.
Lawrence can take the lead right here.
And that's what I will do with NFL team stats for the 300.
NFL team stats for 300. Let's get in there. Lawrence, what team has the best turnover differential this season? Is it the Buffalo Bills, the Minnesota Vikings, or the Indianapolis Colts? He is going with the Minnesota Vikings. He seemed confident, but I'm sorry, that is incorrect. The Colts have the highest turnover, the best turnover differential this season with
differentials. Like how many do they get versus how many do they give?
Right? Yes, exactly. Okay, so they have 13 more takeaways than they do giveaways.
They've been punching the ball out like crazy this year. I feel like the Colts defense has tons of force.
I wasn't as confident as I sounded. All I was thinking about is Kirk Cousins doesn't throw a lot of picks, but neither has Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
And honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, Colts had the pick 6 recently.
Yeah. The defense.
I want to look at
Scott
this
said Vikings lead in sacks, probably what Lawrence might have been thinking right there.
I think
them seeing get lots of sacks.
I was probably thinking about my next meal, obviously.
I think the Vikings have the least. I might be wrong here, but I'm checking it. I think they have the least amount of turnovers this season. Let me just check that for you.
Really? Yeah, which should be a big part of the turnover differential. I'd say about half of it.
Probably.
Yeah, the Vikings have the least amount of turnovers so far this season with 9. They just aren't getting a lot of takeaways.
Yep. We gotta get to these next 2 questions, so we got time for Final Jeopardy in here.
Yes, let's do it. Simon, what category?
FanDuel Thursday Night Football Special 300.
Oh baby, let's go. True or false? The total over/under for Kirk Cousins passing yards is over/under 299.5 passing yards.
False.
That is correct, Simon. It is 249.5. Great job, Simon.
We have a
low over under for that game.
Yeah, there was no way they had him at almost 300 yards for Kirk Cousins in that game.
Yeah. So Simon, you get to pick JL's category, and I think this will be our last category before final.
Odd man out.
Odd man out for 100, JL. JL, who hasn't thrown at least 30 touchdowns this season? Mac Jones, Tom Brady, or Matthew Stafford? You think so?
Yeah.
Mac Jones is the correct answer.
Thank you for that 300.
That's okay. I'm giving you a little more confidence going into Final Jeopardy before I steal the victory away again. But you know what? I lost my pen. I don't know where. Oh.
You made it sound like those things are connected.
Wait, I found it. It was in my sleeve. I have no idea why I put it in there. Okay.
What's happening
live. But for Final Jeopardy, I was saying I found it.
Beautiful.
All right, beautiful. I'm ready to win this.
So, guys, we are going to you're going to have to put in your wagers before we get into the actual question. That's how they do it in Jeopardy. So I will give you the category. And the category is simply fantasy points over the course of the season. Season-long fantasy points in a PPR league. PPR fantasy points over the course of the season. So, guys, I would like you to write down, Lawrence, I don't know if you have a pen and paper. If you don't, you can just do your phone. Your phone's fine. Anything, you can write it down. We're all going to write down how many points you would like to wager. Lawrence has 1,100, Simon has 1,100, and JL has 1,400.
Okay,
All right.
Wager.
I got mine right here on my phone. There we go.
Beautiful.
Are we revealing our wagers beforehand? I'm ready.
Yes, we'll reveal our wagers first, just so we can. That's what they do in normal Jeopardy. So, JL, do you have your wager down?
No, I'm not very good at math.
Fair enough.
Here, I'll go.
I'll give you another 10 seconds there.
Okay. Wow, I feel like I really goofed this one up. All right.
It's okay. So why don't you guys all just show it at the same time?
Wait.
So we got, what do you got? What are you wagering, Lawrence?
How's he? Oh, he said 301.
Yeah.
Here we go right here.
You're going all out, Lawrence.
Go home.
So Simon, yours was 301, right?
Yes.
And Lawrence is going big or going home. So
JL, I for sure thought
correct, he will win this show, I believe. Oh no, if JL and Lawrence get it correct, JL will still. No, Lawrence will win. I'm sorry. All right, perfect. We're good. You guys ready for your question?
Oh my God, I didn't even wait. No, that doesn't make sense.
No, your wager was still fine.
If he wins,
no, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Like,
if you get this right,
I was like, did I really?
What did he put? 800.
801. So.
I got him inside mixed up.
Yeah. Also, J-Wall said Lawrence about to wager it all, guaranteed. Called it, and Tim said, "Hell yeah, Lawrence! The
you already know,
love it."
All right, so I'm gonna ask you guys to get out of the chat for this last question. I'm sure they're gonna be making guesses in the chat there, so let's get out of the chat, get in the private chat.
All right, I'm out.
And here's your final Jeopardy question: which player has the most PPR fantasy points this season out of these four players? Antonio Gibson, Travis Kelce, and I'm sorry guys. One of these names is wrong. Sorry about that, guys.
Ooh.
So we just writing this down too.
No, we'll just write our answer down. Now I'm like playing game theory. Like, did Josh notice because the play? Like, if it was the wrong player, it wouldn't. Josh, you're psyching me out with this one.
I'm sorry, guys. I
apologize. That's okay.
Don't
apologize.
Just throw Danny Dimes in there as a choice. Because we know it ain't him.
We'll just pretend like we're thrown off by it.
We're good now, guys. I apologize for that. Which player has the most PPR fantasy points this season? Antonio Gibson, DJ Moore, Josh Jacobs, or Ezekiel Elliott?
Ooh.
So we have 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs here.
And we got 3 running backs.
So, all right.
3 running backs, 1 wide receiver. I'm sorry. I apologize.
You're good. Oh, man. Shoot. This is tough.
Right. My answer's in.
I feel like I could be so wrong. But we're going with it.
All right, I'm ready.
Boop, 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 boop.
This is a good rendition of the song there, man.
It's beautiful.
Oh, I know. It's great, right?
Okay. I got my answer.
I think we're all good.
Yeah, I think we're ready.
You guys all good?
Let's do it.
All right. So which player has the most PPR fantasy points so far this season? Is it Antonio Gibson, DJ Moore, Josh Jacobs, or Ezekiel Elliott? Why don't you guys just all show your answers? So we got a Zeke, and we got Lawrence. Is that also a Zeke?
I got Zeke, yeah.
I can't win.
So what it comes down to is if Zeke is the correct answer, JL will win it, and Lawrence will come in a very, 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 very close second. The correct answer here is Zeke is the correct answer. He has 195.
I was just like, man, why don't JL just choke this up one time? I was hoping you thinking like, oh, Antonio Gibson been pretty good the past 3 weeks.
That shin looking pretty good. Well, I guess I think per the terms of our contract, you coming on here, Lawrence, you do have to change your handle to Lord. Sometimes loses, but very, very close. Very close.
Hashtag Lord just lost, damn it.
This played out exactly how I wanted to.
Man, that was weird with that final one, having to cheer for my own answer to be wrong. Because if I would have been wrong, I would have won. Like if it wouldn't have been Zeke, I would have been the winner.
Simon wagered the least amount of money.
I was cheering for me to be wrong, but Jail pulled it out. No one voted for him, but he got the W anyways. Guys, a couple things before we jump off today. One person voted for him. Swamp said today's his birthday.
Okay.
Sorry I haven't been around, just been busy. Happy birthday, Swamp. I hope it is awesome. And he was I hope you killed it at that Smash tournament last weekend, Swamp. It has been a busy year. We'll see you around, but thanks for stopping in on your birthday, Swamp. We appreciate it. Guys, before we jump off, if you are not following our man Lawrence on Twitter, go and follow him at Lord Don't Lose. I said it earlier, but truly one of the best in the business, one of the best in the space, and just a great follow and a great dude. We always love having you on, Lawrence. Thank you so much for coming on today, man.
Appreciate y'all boys, man. It's been a pleasure. It was fun. Once I log off, I'm gonna be pissed off because I ain't good. It's all good.
It was so close.
Now you got to have me back because I won with Chick-fil-A, right? Fries.
You did win.
Took that L, so I gotta come back and get that dub, man.
Yeah, best 2 out of 3. Now you're always welcome on the show, Lawrence.
For real. Guys,
Absolutely.
Before we leave, a couple more reminders. One, what's up, Sean? Front Yard. I like it better. Front Yard fam. Happy Wednesday. What'd you say?
Seamless. Your transition.
Seamless. Fully seamless. It was my intention the entire time. But also, if you're watching this and you haven't done so already, hit like on this video and subscribe to our channel at Front Yard Fantasy. We will be live again tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time, playing some more games. And then again tomorrow at 4:15 Eastern time for Fantasy Football office hours. So make sure you come over, play some games with us, and get your questions answered. Until then, though, that is it for us today. Lawrence, thank you again. Josh, I know you got something to say.
Trading makes fantasy fun.
And JL, I'm pointing the wrong way, but that pretty much describes what's going on.
I'm pointing also the right way.
We are out of here, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Adios, everyone.
Bye-bye.